Hello students of class 7. Student, today we are going to revise with second chapter formulas and functions in MS Excel 2010. But before revising this chapter, let's discuss about the PT1 as it is coming very near, and I think you are preparing for your PT1 test. This will be a first test in this as a academic. The student, let's talk about the PT1 question paper format. Student, this is the question paper format for PT1, and as you can see on the screen as a given here, fill in the blanks and can be come also with one word answer. 5 marks will be for this question, for this type of question, and there will be a 10 questions and half mark each for this. Next we see true and false. This will be also 5 marks, but there will be a 10 questions and half marks each for all question in this category. Tick the correct option, 10 marks. It is a, you can say it is a more marks given than other type of question. So it is a very important to prepare the tick correct option, because 2 chapters only given for your PT1 syllabus. The 20 questions will be here and 5 mark each will be here. Students, you can prepare these questions thoroughly and properly by these 2 chapters, and between the chapters you can say questions can come in the test paper. So it is very important to read the whole chapter properly and with carefully. Student, you can see we have solved the chapter 1 with all types of the questions. Tick the correct answer, fill in the blanks, and true false, match the following, guess who I am, and expand the following abbreviation. Write 2 examples for each of the following. And as you know, exercise only will come in the PT1 here. Chapter second also we have completed, as we are going to revise with this. But you can see on the screen chapter second has been solved here, and here the p and the here fill in the blanks, and the in which function category of the following belongs, and the fill in the blanks you can see here, and here match the following and give examples for the following here you can see. And there is given the class activity also is important, because the true false has given in the class activity. In the first chapter also given the class activity. The class activity is a very important for your true false. You can revise with very carefully, because the true false, fill in the blanks, and tick the correct answer are very important for your PT1. So you can cover all these things very easily by reading only your chapter thoroughly and properly. So student, let's discuss with the second chapter. As a second chapter given the cell address, and in this topic we find here the relative cell address, absolute cell address, and mixed cell address. So let's talk about the cell address here. Student, you can see on this screen, this is the screen of the MS Excel, and you can see here the all the things properly and clearly, because the all element of the MS Excel screen is given here. The formula bar, column header, and selected cell, row heading, and cell address formula bar you can see properly and in a clear way here. So here you can see this is a selected cell here, selected cell which is encircled with the black border here given. This is the selected cell, or you can say active cell here. The active cell which is encircled with the black border it is has a now current cell, and in this current cell we find here the current cell address also in the address bar here. This is a address bar, you can see here D8, it is showing here the current cell address in the screen here. And this is the column header. Column header, you can see this is a column, it is a vertical line, it shows here H. To here this H column, it shows it is a column, and row, it is a 16 row header here, it is a row. So when rows and column intersect to each other, make here as a cell. So it is a like here this is a D, and it is a 8. So D8, it makes the cell, and it shows here the current cell address here. So student, you can see here this is all the thing given the properly and in a clean way. Formula bar, you can see also formula bar here. Formula bar, it shows here when you enter any formula, you can see here in the, you can see your formula in the formula bar here given. Student, you can see here the three types of the cell address, or you can say the three types of the cell reference given in on the screen here, as a relative cell reference here, the absolute reference, and mixed reference. Now student, you can see clearly here absolute cell reference and mixed cell reference and relative reference. So this, they are the three types of the references we can find in MS Excel here. So as a first, we will talk here about the relative cell address. The relative cell address, we as know here the column, label, and row number are simply written side by side for all for a cell address here. This means that relative cell address for a cell located in a here column as a D, and a row is a 10 here. So you can see here this is given here the D, it is here the column, and 10 it is given here as about the row here. The D10. The D10, when the column and row intersect to each other, then make a cell address. So D10, it is a here relative cell address. D denoted by here the column, and 10 it is denoted by here the row here. So we can, then row and column intersect, then it makes the cell address, and this way it makes the relative cell address also here. Now student, we can talk about here the absolute cell address. The absolute cell address, we give the absolute reference when we want to keep both the row and column constant. Mean that time we want to make the constant the both row and column. To make the row or column constant, we use the dollar sign. So let's see this by this example as given. Here student, you can see this is a screen of the absolute reference as I am showing to you because you can understand in better way. Now in this example given in the figure 2.3, if we want to calculate the selling amount of the 6 Camitex gloves at different rates typed in the column A, you can see here typed in column A here, it is a different gloves rate here given, and in the B column it is a given the selling amount in a different rate, but the quantity of the gloves only here the constant. So it, if we want to purchase the gloves at the different rate at the rate of different price here by only 6 quantity, so we have to make the both column and row constant here, and we proceed by the dollar sign. The dollar as will be here, we can see here the formula as given here on the screen. This is a formula of the in the given screen here, dollar B dollar 2 and multiply by A 4. Here putting the dollar means when we put here the dollar first, then if we want to make the as a column here, as column it is a given here column here as column B and A column here. So we want to make here B2 as a fix here, and A4 also. So that why preceded he with the dollar sign. The dollar it is given here, dollar B dollar 2 and multiply by A4. So here both are here the constant, row and here row and column both are constant here. So this way we find here the price and price with this quantity 6 different at the rate different rate here. We can see here the mixed reference here, and we use mixed reference when either the row or the column needs to be kept constant. It is the combination of the relative and absolute reference and is therefore called the mixed reference. A good example of a problem that requires a mixed reference is a multiplication table. As given here the multiplication table as example, the student you can see here as a example as here given here. So now it is here the multiplication of the 6 here. This is the here column. So you can see the column here as a, it is a column, and now it is a row here. It is a 2 2 here is a row where we can see of the table 6, and then multiply it by b1, I mean b2, c2, d2, e2. So like this we want to make the calculate with these number like as a table here. So you can see here this is the as a given here the formula of the mixed difference. You can see here equal sign plus and dollar sign a2 multiply by b2 here on the screen. You can see properly and clear way. And now when we write here this mixed difference, as you can see here the absolute and it is the here the references about the relative. So both are references here present, and we can see here the example of the mixed reference here. So when we see here a dollar a2 here and like students, to understand the calculations in Excel is a very necessary. Without the understanding of the calculation we cannot enter any functions or formula in MS Excel. Okay, as we know, okay, the calculation needs here the sign and symbol to execute the task or calculation. So let's understand about the calculation. The student, you on the screen you can see here the different types of the symbol or arithmetic sign here is given. For division we use here, for the forward slash, multiplication, addition and subtraction we use here, for the different arithmetical sign here to calculate our here calculation. So now on the screen here you can see here equal sign 75 divided by 10 here. So student, as you can see, this is a given here on the formula bar. So when you want to enter your formula or function, so then you can enter by directly or the formula bar, or you can click or active any cell where you want to enter your formula or you want to do calculation here. So student, as using the formulas, the formulas like if you want to calculate the 40 plus 50 plus 10 plus 50 plus 10 again, so you can here calculate with here using the equal sign. So then equal sign, it is very important to execute our calculation. Without the putting the equal sign we cannot here execute any calculation. So suppose we want to calculate like as a, this is a number like equal to 40, then plus 35, then plus 7. So we can calculate, and when we put the enter here, then we will calculation or result in the selected cell here. This student, this is as a given the task here to given to calculate your calculation. The student, as we have understood about the MS Excel and like the cell address and different types of the cell references calculation in MS Excel. The student, thank you for watching the video. In my next video I will tell you about the as functions, maths functions and statistical functions and text function as we discuss in next video. So thank you for watching the video.